PO is on the top of the metagame right now, but that doesn't mean that you should sit back and not innovate. There's always room to make your vintage deck even better. All right, welcome back, vintage gamers, to a Tuesday off-stream recording. I was thinking about playing a couple of the more out there decks, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow and do a little work on PO. So, as you probably have seen from recent videos, I've been doing very well with my Esper Lurrus PO build. I think at this point I am something like 16-1 with 2 draws between 2 paper events and a challenge once I added trainer back in. The difference between 0 trainers and 2 trainers is crazy. I think it's a whole power level of difference. I would not recommend playing PO without, at least Lurrus PO, without 2 trainers at least. And then the big question for me moving forward is how many trainers is the right number of trainers? Because this card is technically gets worse the more you add. You have more misses on your trainer the more trainers you have, but the more trainers you have, the better you are at doing like your very powerful island Mox trainer turn 1, building out your mana, either finding Force of Will in matchups where that's relevant, or finding more Moxes to build out your POs and make sure your POs are never dead. This card just continues to impress, and obviously the Offspring kick ability is very, very crucial and a really nice sync for your mana heavy hands. This is going to be a test run of a blue-white Lurrus deck. This is dropping black, so you're dropping 3 cards. You're dropping Vamp, Demonic, Yogg-Will. Now, those 3 cards are important. I think Vamp, Demonic give you a lot of game in assembling Time Vault, Manifold Key victories, especially against non-Lurrus control decks. However, this would be maybe a way you could approach the deck building of Lurrus PO to improve your Lurrus control matchup even further. One of the problems that was identified with the older lists is that wastelanding on a Tundra can take you away from being able to cast swords and Portable Hole and those kind of things, and that can be very, very frustrating. And then so basically we're going to really shore up our mana situation in this deck, and then by getting rid of Vamp, a card that you're boarding out in many, many, many blue matchups, you're going to make your deck a little bit more consistent. Putting up to 4 trainers is going to make your deck more consistent. Having Grim Monolith and a second key is going to make your deck more consistent at doing the PO thing. I am a little worried, of course, that we don't have Demonic and Vamp to assemble easy Volt Key combos, but I am not worried about assembling Volt Key in like the non-blue matchups where you're POing and stuff. I think that's still fine. Like using Volt Key as your win condition here is not a problem, even without Demonic. I just think you may be sacrificing some amount of free wins against decks where it can be challenging to get your PO engine going. So yeah, I played 2 trainers in the original list on the challenge win, and then I played 3 trainers in paper in New York City top 8 this weekend. I had cut the Brainstorm, which I've been very, very unhappy with, especially against Bowmaster, for the 3rd trainer, and I was not. I don't feel like that was wrong. I definitely liked that sequence. So today, with freeing up a bunch of slots by cutting black cards, I think 4 trainer makes the most sense here. I actually was working on a blue-white PO Lurrus deck, trying to help Tristan before the Mox, and we had some pretty good ideas, but it didn't come together really. And I do think one of the reasons is because I don't think I identified that trainer was important to these Lurrus PO decks. And to be fair, trainer, you can definitely play a good Lurrus PO deck without trainer. That's not like this card isn't gonna like make the deck bad by not playing it. I just think it makes it loads better by playing it, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna try this out today. So this is basically Lurrus PO, but tuned a little bit heavier for Lurrus mirrors. The legendary NYSE Open returns to Long Island in New York. This 9th installment will be a 15 proxy, $500 entry fee tournament where the top 8 will return home with 8 pieces of real unlimited power. Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxens will be part of this celebration of vintage. At 100 players, there'll be an additional wacky draft with classic booster packs from Ice Age to Onslaught, the NYC trophy, Karn altars, $1,000 in giveaways, dealers, and much, much more. Check out the link below for all the details. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, here we go. Round 1. Why do I have no light? I have no light. You can't see me. Maybe that's a good thing. Oh, look at that. Boom. I exist. I have a cat. Grim Monolith, huh? It's a solid looking hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I do think there's something just to be said about Grim Monolith in PO decks. It's a ring. Or it can beat a ring, I think. Oh, it's a Lodestone Golem. Lodestone Golem not very good against all Moxen, but pretty good against stock up. Grim Monolith Lodestone Golem is interesting. Does that mean it's Raker Shops? Ooh, wow, that is a lot of action. Force Fetch Trainer Probe Archive. Definitely like Trainer. All right, I think I'll just take Trainer Force. And then I'll play a Fetch and a Bobble. I guess by playing the Bobble, I can't cast Force. Oh, wait, I can cast Force because the Bobble will not counter the Force because I will spend mana on it. Thank you, Lodestone Golem, for helping me here. I don't want to cast Force, obviously, because I want to kick a Thundertrap Trainer next turn. It's probably game winning, but if I can't, then... yeah, I definitely love to kick a Thundertrap Trainer here. Cost 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a mana for that. Oh, it is Jewel. Interesting. I don't know if I like Lodestone and Jewel. Okay, I don't think I want that to happen. So I'll just do Lurrus instead, maybe. I can also just crack Bobble as well. All right, if I have a land here, it means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to 4, up to 7. So I can buy and play a Lurrus here. It's probably for the best. I mean, maybe I die if I do this because my opponent's on Jewel, but... I think that's what we do. I don't think like cracking my Bobble there is a good play. Well, they have 6 mana. I'll just take it. I have a looping Bobble. Guess I could have a Hull Breacher here. I mean, I don't think they would. I also dodged a Jewel there, so that was nice. Oh, PO. That's good. I don't think I'm returning the Bobble. I think I would rather have the mana here. Because I could have Force at this point. But... let's see. How much does PO get me here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Merchant costs 3, and then PO costs 5. I think I'll just merchant for another PO, but I'll just save it. And then I'll hold everything up. I assume I'm winning from this spot, but it's, yeah, like I said, it's a little bit like slower. Another metamorph. Just force it. Would they try to play PO for 1? They tried to play something and they couldn't play something. It's not exactly clear what that is. Okay, they're just off it. Weird game. Oh my god, super weird game. I don't even know if I played this very well. Looking back, I'm like a little concerned with maybe some of the lines I took, but what an odd game. Lurrus Golem is a weird card, because this is a really strong card. This is a restricted card. It almost kills you by itself. Most of the time, it does kill you by itself, especially if any of these metamorphs resolve and we're compounding. But Lurrus Golem is very bad against the full Moxen deck that have a lot of Moxen in their opening hand. It's a lot better against, like, say, a Frog deck. Though the Frog deck gets to have removal spells for it. So it's a little bit of a push and pull. I know people have some weird opinions on Lurrus Golem, but Lurrus Golem truly is the best sphere effect. Excuse me. Sphere resistance Thorn, Lurrus Golem. Lurrus Golem having this plus a clock is quite crazy. But yeah, it lined up really poorly against what we were doing here and still kind of almost won. I don't exactly know how Lodestone plays inside of this Jewel deck. Like, it does give you a different avenue of attack, but like my opponent has 6 cards in hand. Like, what's going on in their hand right now? I don't really know. I'd be pretty interested to find out. Weird game, very odd game. So I do think it's Jewel. I think it just has a Lodestone in it. I'm gonna bring in a Needle for the One Ring, a Seal of Cleansing for Loops. I'm gonna bring in Steel Sabotages. I'm gonna bring in Hercule's Recall, Trap, and Negation. It's a lot of cards. It might be very hard to figure this out. I'm gonna take Flusterstorms out. I'm gonna take Island out. Might leave in Chain. I've been liking leaving in Misstep, but Probe can totally come out. Dress Down is quite good against the Metamorph, so I like that. I like as many counters as I can. I still am looking to cut like 3 cards from this spot. It's a lot. I guess Bobble on the draw is not very good. Maybe I take out like a second key here. I did do a key. I did a Manifold Voltaic split because I don't actually think like making unblockable is that big a deal in this deck. But I also think Needle is like at an all-time low, so it's quite possible I'm just supposed to play two keys, 2 Manifold keys, I should say. I think I actually like Trainers a lot here. Is there any chance Chain is like not? Yeah, I don't think Chain does it. I have Steel Sabotage now, so there's no really reason to play Chain. Actually, that's a pretty nice looking mapping. I didn't do any kind of pre-mapping for this, so it's a good look. All right, I have a cap. Yeah, so I mean, my opponent had 6 cards in hand last game, so I would love to know what they were, just so I could figure out maybe if I took some weird choices in that game. I do think my opponent is on Jewel. I don't think you'd play Otawara and Minamo without being on Jewel. So I am going to look for a hand that has a force. Okay, I like this hand. Portable Hole not amazing against my opponent's deck here. I'm going to let that one go. I'd rather be able to pitch my PO to negation and still have the ability to stock up on the second turn, maybe. All right, free key. Are we tinkering? Oh, we're ancestraling on their turn. All right, I'll negate that. My sideboard negation coming in handy. All right, I'm gonna play a Needle. don't think I'm naming key. I think I'm just naming the One Ring. It's what I normally do in this matchup. It turns off just a pile of their good outs. Naming key here is a little interesting because if they don't have like a good mana situation, it's gonna be hard for them to like play PO or play the One Ring or play the One Ring out. But I think you just always name the One Ring here. But I wouldn't fault anyone for naming Manifold Key here. I think the best upside of naming Manifold Key here is it makes their ability to PO maybe not feasible. They have Tinker. I mean, if they have Ancestral and Tinker off of one of their few blue sources, it's pretty powerful. And maybe I should name them. Maybe I don't know. I'm kind of talking myself into it. Maybe should be naming the Manifold Key. Oh, this goes up all the way up to 6 for Jewel. No, they just have Tinker. Are they gonna Tinker away the key? I guess they had Tinker anyways, right? Off of Ancient Tomb and Mana Crypt and stuff, so it's fine. They have to get the Jewel, yeah. All right, I mean, they had Ancestral Tinker, right? And a blue source, so it's quite hard for me to really ever beat this hand. It's just a powerful vintage level keep with the good restricted cards and somehow the ability to cast them. This is a pretty prime reason of why I would love to help Jewel players help themselves and building the deck with more blue sources so that you can cast these powerful cards, Ancestral Tinker, more often instead of them relegating them to Force of Will fodder. All right, I'll concede to that. Yeah, I mean, we're just not beating a hand like this. We'd have to have multiple pieces of interaction, and it's not like we're a Null Rod deck or anything, so... Let's bring this Vexing Bauble back in on the play. I quite like it, and take this Portable Hole out. Probably could have taken the Portable Hole out in game 1, too, and just kept the second key. Game 2, I should say. What an awkward hand. Yeah, I think it's a keep. So I'm going to go Opal Academy pass. Use my Steel Sabotage on anything that looks good. And then we can go Mana Vault. Oh, I mean, we are going to have to hit something. Any land is good. Any force is good. Any non-opal mox is good. I mean, I do think this hand, it's going to need another card. But once it gets another card, it's super good. Like, if you hit a mox here, you probably instantly win the game. Like a non-opal mox. You get to play Mana Vault. You're turning on Academy, opal. I mean, if they have another Tinker play, it's like really bad for me, but I could like counter the Black Lotus. I just think it's not a really good idea. I mean, if they have another turn 1 Tinker with Lotus, then so be it. Tinker Lotus is something that has been nice and absent from Vintage. Not gone. You still got Beseech decks. You still got people playing, Thieves style decks, but certainly something that is not. Yeah, okay. Something that's not been at the forefront of Vintage, and I've been really enjoying that. The fact that PO decks are Lurrus deck are, oh god. I'm gonna have to. So they don't have any more mana sources, so maybe it will be fine. But I'm like playing a key out here that can get metamorphed is like super rough. So I have lots of choices here, actually. This Vexing Bauble is really bad for me. It does give them an opening here to like resolve a key on this next turn. Because I'm not gonna be. I guess my stock up could technically hit Land Needle. It doesn't even need to hit land. You can hit. You can just hit Needle. One short of kicking a trainer here. None of those are. Wow. I guess I'm going to take Ancestral Trap. And the reason is because I can't force through the Vexing Bauble. And at least if they crack a bauble, maybe we can trap something. No, I mean, I was thinking about like hard casting trap, but I think it's actually just better to take the force. All right, well, I have one turn of really bad spot here, and then from then on I can maybe like snap cast steel sabotages and stuff. So then I should be fine. All right, we're safe. I like the patience I displayed in this game and holding the sabotage, making them use all their mana. I thought that ended up really nice for us. I have 3 mana, so I have snap sabotage still. I'll just hold everything up. I have all of these things that can play at instant speed, so yeah, let's just play it completely at instant speed here. So let's untap this, and then let's tap this and Ancestral myself. And then I will snap Ancestral myself. Okay. And then I'll Volt Key my opponent. I mean, this worked out really, really well. All right. This was a very weird set of games. I don't know what to think about it. I do kind of love my deck conceptually, so we'll have to see how this plays out for the rest of the league. All right, round 2. Cat. Jesus. Okay, sure. Keep. I accept. Oh no, the oh, it's so bad. Oh man, Justin, it's so beautiful. I think I'm just supposed to. I don't actually think this PO is necessary here, so I kind of want to probe and see what my opponent is working with first. And if I have to pitch the PO to force, it's not even that big a deal. But I'm looking to do like a Lurrus Lotus here. But I'd like to see full information and make sure that's my plan. 6-card hand for my opponent. Another Jewel Gamer? What is going on? So they have a force, and they've got Bauble, Jet. They have a very low mana hand. Wow. Do I want to be playing a Lurrus into this? I'm gonna have to force. I guess they'll pitch. They'll probably pitch Metamorph to force anyways. And then on the next turn, I have PO, so it's fine. All right, interesting. If they don't force and they like rip a mana crypt and they force through a Lurrus, a Karn, but I guess I have a Lurrus at that point, so it's not that big a deal. They let it resolve. I guess at this point we'll just go for Ancestral then. If they're gonna force this, I think they pitched the Metamorph. So the problem with me keeping force is that what am I doing? Forcing Bauble. I guess I kind of want to force Bauble. Yeah, I guess I kind of want to force Bauble. So, they could have turned off my Lotus Loop with just forcing my Lurrus, so I force back, and then they play Bauble. They ripped Black Lotus. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now they can play turn 1 Karn with Vexing Bauble. So I guess I just have to force the Black Lotus. That's crazy. Wow. All right. Well, yeah, I want to be a Jewel player. Jewel players are sick. That's crazy. Oh. All right. I mean, maybe it's still better to force the Bauble and let Lurrus happen, or let Karn happen, but somehow I doubt that. I guess I'll spin. Time Vault Opal Archive. So I guess what I can do is next turn I can archive and bin the Time Vault and then play the Time Vault. Oh, I can do that just this turn, actually. So what I can do is I can draw the archive, play the archive, bin the Sensei's top, and play the Sensei's top. That's kind of sick, actually. That's really cool. That's so cool. I don't think it's a big deal, but like it feels good. All right, now they're cracking Bobble. So now I'm opening myself up to a lot of things with Lotus in my yard. 2 jewels, huh? And then they're just done. All right. Okay. Weird game. Weird. Another really odd game. I'm going to board like their jewel, and we're going to do the exact same thing. I don't know where all these jewels are coming from, but I guess people are theoretically starting to lessen on null rods. At least that's what some people are saying anyways. And if null rods lessen up in the metagame, then absolutely makes sense to bring back Jewel. I like this sideboard mapping. It looks really good. See. So far, our deck is a bit of a well-oiled machine, but we have been drawing really well, so that could be part of it. Cat. Yeah, that looks acceptable. It's not the best hand for sure, but can't imagine. Like, if I don't end up using trap on turn 1, then I should be able to play trap. Walk. All right. It's not a good sign. Wondering. All right. I think I'm in trouble. But POs are really good still. Trainer's great. Maybe I'm not supposed to keep this hand. It's kind of bad to play a key out, because if I play a key out, they can copy it. Key is only +1 mana on my mana vault, right? Or no? So I make 3, and I go to 1 to untap it, and I go to 4, go to 5. But it can't actually hardcast Mindbreak Trap here. Which is a problem as well. So I guess we just start by casting this trainer and seeing what happens. Stock up. Jet Bobble. I'm gonna have to just take stock up and hope we get there. I also think I'm just supposed to play the key out and just pray. I think I'm doing a lot of praying at this point here. I can't imagine we win this game, but if we do, it'd be pretty sick. Yeah, maybe this is just a very... Maybe this mulligan was bad. I should have mulliganed it, and... Another thing Trainer does is it attacks jewels, which is pretty sick. Interesting. Hull Breachers. Okay. I mean, Hull Breacher I don't really care about. I still do care about the One Ring being active, but like I can just stock up into a Time Vault here and win, right? Can still hardcast Trap, so let's go stock up. Maybe I should have played the land first. Negation, pitching PO. Because I can cast Mindbreak Trap here, but I kind of need this Mindbreak Trap. I guess I kind of need this. I kind of need everything else more. I think I'm just gonna get buried by the stupid ring here. Badly. They have just another counter. I guess that makes sense why I'm not dead. Oh, they're gonna return the stock up to my hand. Shouldn't you just return the mind break trap to my hand? Alright, cool. I mean, I think I'm gonna lose this game. I think maybe I just kept a hand that was too weak. They're gonna draw so many cards here. They have Manamo untapped this, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright, maybe I got a little greedy. They also went like Mox Time Walk untap One Ring instead of like playing things that needed. Yeah, I guess theoretically a lot of times they just go like Workshop Mox One Ring. So I definitely don't think it's the best. Ancestral themselves instead of ancestraling me to get 3 blue. That's okay. They have 9 cards now. Metamorph as a what? As a key. Draw another 5. Sure. We were worried about this. I think that's the end of this game, but who knows? We'll see. I still think like stock up can potentially just win this game by itself. So don't think I'm. This is like a spot where I definitely would like maybe Demonic Tutor. Definitely don't want that. Fixing Bauble. Interesting. That was not the one. Okay. Let's have a force for this. I'll concede to a force. It's fine. All right. Yeah, I think maybe I just got too greedy and kept my opening hand was a little too weak. Let's bring the Bauble back in on the play and cut a maybe a Hercules on the play. Yeah, seems reasonable. All right. Cat. Yeah, this hand is too much mana. Let's put this away. Yeah. These keys present a lot of risk again, but at least there's something going on in this hand. No, I'm not happy about it. I am not happy about this hand, but it's going to be a keep. I don't know. I might lose this one. It sucks that I'm playing against Jewel without null rods. But I think there's enough tools. Though I am like low on negations. Alright, they're mulling to 5 here. See what happens. Alright, 5-card hand. I really don't want to force because I'd love to kick a Thunder Trap Trainer at some point here. So even that might be a little bit of a stretch. I guess if I draw like a Mox next turn, I could kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. Possibly. Yeah, it sounds like I would be able to. Max. And a Workshop and a One Ring, I assume. Oh, and a Trinisphere. I don't think I can beat a Trinisphere from this spot. Probably just have to force it. This does not look good for me. I did draw the box, huh? Kind of. So yeah. I mean, can I play Lurrus here? 3 down up to... I do 3, and then I go to 2, and then I go back up to 5, 6, yes. Not that I know if that's very good or not, but might as well, right? All right. At least it insulates me from like a bad jewel here. But I am pretty dead. Like, one ring is so bad. Oh, I got nothing. Okay. Interesting. Maybe they had like a negation. All right, so I will fetch an archive here to see if my Lurrus gets anything worse. They had nothing last turn. I feel like it's bad to keep force here. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. They had no play. I feel like it's just bad. I need to find one of my action spells. Though if their hand's all negation, then I guess my action spells are kind of bad too. And I'll just draw all fetches instead. Justin, I don't know. I guess I could just keep force and hope for it. Hopefully one force and Lurrus is enough. Maybe it would have been. I don't think this is resolving, but I think there's no chance this thing resolves, but okay. They had force and Hull Breacher. That makes sense. I wonder if they had force for Trinisphere. They hit a land, slamming a jewel. Yeah. They have to draw. Oh, yeah, they have a key. I think we just die. I mean, they would have just forced back on my force if I kept force, right? So I guess if they miss here, I have a Lurrus attacking. So they have maybe a sink into stupor then. I'm holding up Hardcast Force right now is what I'm representing. I guess I can just... if they have it, they have it. It's fine. I think they have sync. Yeah. I'm definitely going to wait until they do something to my Lurrus here. Or maybe they have a Hull Breacher. Let's see. I need to think if I'm trying to use my key to make this unblockable. Or by picking it up. I guess I could just have negation too. Maybe I don't use my key if they negate it. I just pick all 4 up. All right, they just had negation. So are they going to get triple blue here? Or... I mean, they just attack back and steal it, and I lose? What am I supposed to do, man? Oh, that's so sad. They pitched Sink into Stupor for that. I mean, I kind of want them to block, right? I kind of want them to block. So, I mean, it's still going to be really bad. Like, if I steal it, it's so bad for me, right? It's actually worse for me if I steal it. Looks like it doesn't matter. What a gross game this was. They like had way more blue cards and controlling cards than I did, and I just drew too many lands. I guess we die. I don't know. Losing to Jewel makes me want to puke. No offense to my opponent, of course. It has nothing to do with my opponent. But it's just Jewel things. All right. We've invested. All right, round 3. Another non-Lurrus gamer. This hand doesn't function, though, so we have to mulligan it. This hand is a lot better. Nice key top gaming. I think this voltaic key is probably supposed to be a manifold key. I also might be supposed... I can just get rid of a land here. Seems fine. If I need to, I can pitch Probe instead. Chrome Mox. On a Molda 6. I think we'll let the Chrome Mox go. No Chancellor reveal, so it's minus a card. I mean, okay. If they have a Cavern next turn, it's quite annoying, right? But I don't actually have forces. I don't actually have real removal in this version. Chain. All right, no Cavern. They have Wasteland, White Plume, and Conquer. So let's fetch that basic island and play. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. I want to set up a PO as soon as I possibly can. But I also don't know if I'm going to hit a land or not. Huh. So if I hit a land, I can't PO on the next turn anyways. I have to use my Lorien. Okay, a PO is how I'm going to win this game. But I don't actually have another mana. Oh, you're going to do that? That is fine. That seems like an odd choice. Everyone loves the initiative, huh? Well, now I get lots of options here. Pretty happy about that. At least I can draw like another blue card. I can draw a land. I can draw a Mox. I can PO, right? If I go Ruby, Monolith. Man, these monoliths have been very good. These monolith, it's one monolith. This one monolith has been extremely good. Wow, this monolith has been great. Maybe this is an avenue I should be exploring more. Now I draw 4. I really feel like my opponent should have played Clarion Conqueror after seeing Key, but if my initiative opponents want to keep playing the initiative card instead of the good cards, then so be it. This did not hit a Mox Opal, so we actually do pass the turn here. Would I rather draw with top or untap Mana Vault? Or Grim Monolith. I think I'd rather untap Grim Monolith. Like, unless they rip a Cavern off the top here. Or they could have ripped a Cavern last turn as well. So if they ripped a Cavern on one of these 2 turns, then they didn't even go down the Lost Well. See, like, I think I would go down the Lost Well here and try to find a Cavern for my Clarion Conqueror. Like, how are you going to win the game without that? Oh, you can't be serious. Oh, who needs to go down the Lost Well, man? Just find it. Just find it. Just find the good card. It's fine. Do I have a chain in my top 3? No. So I lose. That's crazy, man. That's wild. Oh, I probably should just fetch. Maybe this clearing is better. All right, that is a chain. So I might still win this game. Because I can block and go to 4, and I can merchant chain, and I have to find a payoff, but I might still win this game. Chain is so good. Ah. If I win this game, I'll be very, very happy. Oh, okay. Or I can just draw the chain, and then my merchant's a PO, and I win the game instead. Yeah, okay. Hey, man, you drew my opponent is giving me a sad face, but they drew Cavern on Dragon here, so... It is certainly a lot better for me that I drew the chain so that I can just PO with this Merchant Scroll without having to tap. But I do have 6 looks with my top and my fetch land, so I feel like even without drawing the chain there, I was heavily favored to win. Oh, now I am locked to win. Wow. I don't know, man. The Chain of Vapor, Lucky Justin, you know, all the normal gaming things. Oh boy. Yeah. That's why we play the magic cards. Okay. On the draw. Negation, traps, and I still think I bring in sabotages. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're not really playing that many null rods anymore because they have the conquerors. So I'm just gonna maybe bring in that stuff, and then luster, misstep, probe. I like holes still, probably. Bobble. Definitely like dress down. This might be quite a hard board plan. I don't know if I want Steel Sabotage on the draw. Like, I bounce Null Rod, but I have Whole Chain and Sink and Forces. Yeah, I don't think so. On the play, I like them a lot better because they do the Null Rod stuff, but they also counter Moxes on the play. Moxin, before a YouTube commenter yells at me. Let's trim on 1 stock up here. Something that's like bigger mana. This deck, I kind of like the look of this deck. That's okay. This certainly seems like a totally acceptable hand. Okay, okay. Opponent is on a mold of 4. They kept a 4-card hand. I got nothing force-wise, so you do your thing. All right, they're going to play the whole 4-card hand out, looks like. Imprinting a Witch Enchanter. Oh, playing a Thalia. I didn't know they played Thalia. That's cool. Just gonna basic island and play a Pearl. Maybe I'm supposed to get a Tundra there. I'm probably supposed to get a Tundra there. I don't really care about a Thalia, for anyone wondering. That card does not matter in the slightest. This game is over. I'm not even like swordsing it. I don't know if I care about it. Thunder Trap plus Opal, I guess, is pretty reasonable. Okay. I'm about to kick a Thunder Trap trainer against Thalia, so I'll take these. I think this deck looks fire. I'm not gonna go 5-0, sadly, but so far all gas all day. Okay, back for round 4. So far, so good. I like the look of this deck. Honestly, the key elements, or not the key elements, but the key changes have been performing well. It's nice to have these easy access cards like Monolith, Key, and Trainer instead of the DT Vamp and Yogwill, just because you don't even have to worry about the mana issue. Obviously, they're less powerful, but as you've seen, the Grim Monolith has been quite powerful. So I've been pretty happy so far with this idea, and honestly, the execution's been pretty reasonable. Splitting matches versus Jewel, and then a pretty easy win versus Mono White. We'll have to see as we go forward. I've been pretty happy with PO overall with just even 3 swords against Mono White, though it was a big win for the Chain of Vapor. Even though I top decked it and it made it even easier, Merchant Scroll for Chain of Vapor would probably have been enough to win in that scenario. So people have been talking to me about this deck obviously a lot, and my questions, or people's questions, tend to talk about things like the flex slots, right? Like, is Chain of Vapor good? Is Portable Hole good? And I have to say that these kind of cards have been, these, especially Chain. Chain is a card that I can't see myself cutting from a Lurrus PO 75 ever. At this point, I was pretty, not wrong, or I would say more I missed on Chain of Vapor in these decks in the beginning because, well, I think Chain of Vapor was a little bad in the Lurrus, not the Lurrus PO, but the Tinker PO decks that I originally pioneered. So yeah, Chain of Vapor, pretty great. Portable Hole, still an interesting one. I think that's maybe the most flexible of the things we've done, and obviously maybe the second key is not as, I mean, the second key has performed really well too. I'd love to be able to go up to like second Monolith here, maybe more tops, more keys, but the trainers are just too good to pass up on, it seems. And maybe the missing out on the 4 trainers is the reason that my initial version of this deck didn't perform as well as I would hoped. So let's continue here on our round 4, and I have a cat. This hand is pretty bad though. Talk about Chain of Vapor. This is not a very good Chain of Vapor hand. Another non-Lurrus hand. Another non-Lurrus opponent, I should say. Why am I missing on words? Words are not coming into place today. I don't know why. Let's mulligan. This one's better. It's got a Force Saga Gaming. Probably just get rid of this Grim Monolith. Oh, I guess the Grim Monolith is better than the Mana Vault. So, because I have the Moxen. Kind of looks like I'm Jewel almost. Yeah, I mean, this hand's not bad at all. Let's see what happens. Another Jewel Gamer? Another Lodestone. All right, I think all the Lodestone I'm going to let go. If they are on normal shops, a wasteland here is devastating. If they are on Jewel again or Raker shops, I think we're in an okay spot. Obviously, to force from this spawn, I have to tap my monolith, and I'd rather not do that, but we'll see. I could see just forcing the lodestone, but if they're Jewel, like lodestone is not the card we want to force. Okay, so they are just sphere shops. This gets a wasteland no matter what, so I do think I want to force this. I think we're pretty far from POing, so... But the probe is really bad. Let's get rid of the probe. They have the wasteland on their own, or they do have the wasteland on their own. Okay, so I think we're going to lose this game. I went heavy on an Urza Saga hand and immediately got punished by who knew counterplay. Yeah, we're very much gonna die here. I can't imagine we're able to come back from this kind of spot. Would this game have been noticeably different if I had forced the Lodestone Golem? I don't think so. Would have just lost to the Golos instead. But there wouldn't be a Lodestone Golem in play, so that would have been kind of nice. Yeah, that's okay. I do think if anyone is subscribed on Patreon and reads the meta reports, I have said that Sphere Shops is going to make a comeback based on the current way the metagame is flowing. And that's already seeming to happen. If you look here at one of the most recent challenges, you're going to see a Sphere Shops in 7 and a Sphere Shops in 8. One of them is a Raker Shops with spheres. This one is a Null Rod normal Golos one with spheres. And then this one is a more aggressive... Okay, I guess this one is not a Raker Shop, sorry. This is just a different Golos. So 2 different traditional Golos Sphere Shops in the top 8 of the last tournament. If you want to support me and you are interested in getting weekly metagame updates, that's something I put up on Patreon for $5 a month. You get 4 weeks of metagame reports and any behind-the-scenes content. I don't usually advertise it because I don't think it's... I mean, I personally think it's not the best, thing you can spend money on. It's more of a way to give back to people who want to support me in a meaningful way. And the Patreon rake is a lot smaller than the rakes elsewhere. But I do make sure I put in a good amount of effort each week in giving a metagame analysis of what happened over the last weekend and what I think you should play in the next week. So I might as well advertise for myself a little bit, right? Yeah. So let's see. Mental Misstep, Chain of Vapor stays, Portable Hole stays. I wish I had more Portable Holes, actually, in this matchup. Bobble on the play looks good. Dress Down, I think, is pretty reasonable here. How am I going to fit in another 3 slots? 1 stock up out, maybe 1 trainer out. Just I need to take out some of the top end here. You don't want to cut the POs because the POs are like the way you capitalize on turn 1. Maybe the Snapcaster Mage. Try that. I could play more swords, but I don't really like swords here. I think maybe on the draw we might play some more swords. I don't know. It feels weird to bring in swords against like a Crucible of Worlds control deck, but maybe it's just worth it. This hand's great. Obviously, it has tons of good interaction, lots of open mana. I'm loving this hand. Obviously, we are not going to be able to buy Lurrus on turn 1 here if we want to hold up Steel Sabotage, which we do. I guess this Opal can theoretically get... Oh, I guess I can hold up Lurrus. This can get Mind Break trapped. Oh, they will Mind Break trap it. Okay. So then, yeah. I guess this is really bad for me. I don't think I'm supposed to play around Mind Break trap here, but I guess getting rid of the other blue source is bad if I get Wastelanded. Should I have just held the Opal? I really wanted to play the Opal so I could buy Lurrus and hold up Sabotage. But... Academy. I'll hold that one. Oh, I'm stupid, right? Sorry, chat. Well, if I wanted to hold up Steel Sabotage, I could have played the Academy and used this jet, held this jet so I could play the Lurrus. But I think I don't want my Academy Wastelanded. But then I can't play Lurrus. Or sorry. Yeah, I played this a little too fast. I'm sorry. I think I should have played Lurrus here and let the spell resolve. I'm too weak to Wasteland. Just in general. Everyone's always too weak to Wasteland. Okay, they didn't have it, so that's good. This basically works out better. Obviously, they don't have a Wasteland right now, but I still have to counter this Crucible. Oh, Vexing Bauble is pretty sick here. It's a Looping Lurrus card. Okay, this game looks recoverable. I like it. All right, I will play my Lurrus. And I'm going to definitely loop this Bauble. It will mean that my Bauble can be Mind Break Trap again, but like I said, I think that's okay. And I will probably crack this Bauble if it doesn't get Mind Break Trapped. All right, so I got trapped again. All right, well, I really don't think I'm supposed to play around these traps. It's not like they're the hugest advantage. Ghost Quarter. All right. So we do lose our Academy, but I do have an island again, which is nice. Definitely glad I countered the Crucible. But now I don't have a loop with my Lurrus. So maybe I am just supposed to play around that. How could I play around that? By just not cracking that turn? Seems very silly. I'm going to hold up this Hardcast Force. I'm not going to play this Time Vault out. Doesn't matter. We could probably attack 5 times and win with this Lurrus. Seems reasonable. I don't have the swords and things in my deck, so definitely just counter this Nettle Cyst. All right, 1 card left in my opponent's hand, and we have a Thundertrap Trainer. Oh, I can't kick it, though. That's kind of sad. I could Hercules myself and then kick this Thundertrap Trainer. Is that something I want to do? Wow, that's an interesting question. I think the answer is no, but it's certainly tempting. No second trainer. This is, I wish trainers could loop to trainers, but I will take a Grim Monolith. Yeah, sure. Why not? Maybe the Ruby is just better. Makes us Hercules a little bit better on this exact turn, but am I really Herculesing this turn? Seems unlikely. Maybe I should have just Hercules myself to kick this trainer. Pretty cool. Pretty interesting that that's a consideration. All right, that's a good draw. We're just gonna keep going here. 2 attacks now, so can counter this, and it should be a good spot to win. Oh, don't care about that card. That is one of the problems with Sphere Shops is these cards are super important early, but they are super useless late. I'm just gonna hold on to this. Don't need Ancestral to win. Classic. Yeah. All right. Solid game. Solid game. Sabotages in my opener on the play are fantastic, obviously. I was thinking about some swords. I really don't know what I'm bringing the swords in for, though. Oh, I guess the Vexing Bauble is an easy cut. Maybe one of the keys is an easy cut, especially if they're going to be null rotting me. And then not Merchant Scroll, because Merchant Scroll gets these bounces. Maybe something like Bauble. That is lowering my artifact count substantially, but might be fine. Oof, man. Oh no, this is a classic. You're supposed to mulligan against Sphere Shops this hand. They kept 7. I'm going to be disciplined, chat. I'm going to be very disciplined. I'm going to mulligan this hand. My opponent's entire deck is based around stopping me from doing this kind of thing, so I'm going to mulligan. I hate this game. I mulligan into a little bit of a worse spot. All right, well, I'm going to keep it on 6, though. But yeah, I think you're supposed to mulligan these kind of hands against Sphere Shop, so I'm definitely going to do it on 7, but on 6, I think I have to have this one happen. Sad. It's very sad. I think I'm going to lose this game, but I think on 6, I'm not supposed to go to 5. But on 7, I should definitely go. All right, need to draw the land. Did not draw land. They follow this up with a Golos. I die. Oh, Crucible. Probably also killing me, yeah. Yeah. Oh, now they have Strip Mine Lock. Don't see myself winning this game. Never going to be able to play a Time Walk, right? I kind of can. I want to set myself up to like PO somehow, but I don't know how. Let's try pitching Scroll. My opponent has 1 mana short of tutoring. All right, we found the Tundra. I don't think we can play around the Mindbreak Trap. All right, so now I get Strip Mine locked out of this, but I have mana now. If I were to draw like serious mana, I could bounce the Thorn. Still doable. If we win this game, it's definitely a testament to the weaknesses of Sphere Shops and not producing a clock. That's why loads to... Okay, well, I mean, if you're going to draw Null Rod, I'm going to die. Yes. Okay, they got a clock and a Null Rod. I would have to draw exactly Tolarian Academy here, and even then, it would be too much. So, all right, Sphere Shops out. I do think I'm a little on the light side for Sphere Shops. But if you ever want to make this matchup better, it's as simple as adding more Hercules. So, I'll take a loss. Not bad. All right, here you go. 5th and final round. So far, 2-2. I still think I like the way the deck has performed. Pretty happy overall. And no Lurrus again. So 5 matches of no Lurrus. Yeah. I would say the experimental part of this has worked well. The loss to Sphere Shops, I think, is more structural. Like we had a 7-card hand that was great, but we couldn't keep it on the draw, right? And then a 6-card hand that was great, but we couldn't really keep it on the draw. But I didn't feel like we wanted to go to lower. So it kind of comes down to like, can you win that game 1? And sometimes it just doesn't happen, right? Sphere Shops has some very powerful restrictive draws that make it hard to play this kind of deck. And sometimes it has draws that don't make it hard to play this kind of deck. I will say that I think our sideboard is enough. I wouldn't go further than this, but you can. There was a point in time where PO and Sphere Shops were the 2 best decks, and PO would just play 4 Hercules Recalls. Though PO at that time also got to play Tinker, so it was a bit of a different dynamic. I think people are not as adjusted as I think they should be to the idea that PO is not as good as against Sphere Shops as it used to be. I'm going to go with Basic Island Ancestral here. I'm going to hold my Lotus. I think it's better to hold the Lotus than to play a trainer on turn 1. All right, well, now we have some serious options if we make it to this next turn, which we might not, considering our opponent did not reveal Lurrus. And they are playing Moxen. Is it another workshop? No. So it looks like it's probably Beseech Storm then. So lots of unfair stuff so far. Mental Misstep quite good against Beseech Storm. Even Vexing Bobble quite good against Beseech Storm. I think I'm going to start with a trainer. Or am I going to start with a stock? I kind of want to play trainer, bobble, but that's kind of greedy too. I'm going to play trainer. I'd like to find a force. Okay. Sapphire is also very acceptable here. Now I'm going to play another trainer. And then I can play bobble. Force Chain Merchant Scroll. All right, I'll take force. And then I'll just go fetch land and Vexing Bobble. If they want to counter this, then that's fine. If they don't want to counter, it's also fine. I can hard cast Mental Misstep here, or I can activate Bobble and still force their thing. Oh, it's Oath. Okay. Well, that makes this play way worse, obviously. We will crack this Vexing Bobble. And then I will force. If they have Veil, I have that covered. If it's Flusterstorm, I don't. Now we'll definitely stock up looking for another force and a PO. There's a PO. I can't PO, right? I'm one short. So I still think I take PO. Am I going to take Probe or Mox? I guess a Mox is going to let me Trainer or Topspin, so I think now what we'll do, I want to keep Trainer as a force pitch, I believe. Well, if the Mental Misstep didn't hit anything here, I guess they're both putting cards into play. So let's just play a Sensei Stomp, attack. Now I have the ability to spin for a force if I can, and then look for a game-winning PO on the next turn. I must say, these trainers are just absurd. They just do exactly what you want, really. It's really nice. Stock up. I think that's going to be fine no matter what. Even if I find a force, which I do, I can't imagine that I won't want to just hold this force for my PO. Like, if they were to, I don't know, go Lotus Show and Tell here, then yeah, I'll draw and force it. But I don't think I'm going to force a stock up. I want to have my force for my combo. There's a Sapphire. Could be a Flusterstorm. That would be not great here. This seems like a pretty straightforward Mental Misstep, though. I don't think there's any reason to let my opponent have that. All right, so they would have to have some crazy combination of like force days or something. And I look like I guess I should attack first. I can't imagine I can lose from here, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that's a winning one for sure. I'm pretty sure that I've just been under evaluating Thunder Trap Trainer. Like, I knew it was good and I always liked having two, but maybe the answer is just throw the 4 in your deck. It's like a Knight's Whisper that you can pick up with your PO, and it's a blue to pitch to 4. It's just crazy good. I have been kind of I don't know if disheartened is the right word, but I've been kind of sad recently about, I feel like I've had some card evaluations that have proven to be off in an amount that makes me question things. Like, I do think that these Chain of Vapor and Thundertrap trainers I misevaluated to a level that is not good. I do pride myself on being pretty solid at card evaluation and metagame reads and stuff like that. So it's been a little bit of a an ego hurt, exclamation mark, ego in chat. Um, but not like terribly off. Like I didn't say the trainer. I've never said trainer was like bad. I just think I may have underestimated how good it is. And I never really said Shane was bad, but I didn't realize how good it was going to be here. And yeah. I don't know. Trying to reconcile that. I don't know how I'm fitting 6 cards in here when all my cards are so good. I think this is a matchup at least that some trainers can get cut here. You don't really want creatures against Oath. I don't think trainer is worse than or better than I don't think trainer is worse than Bobble or Key though. So I think I'll leave some trainers in and just accept that. They may be turning on Oaths. I don't think Oath is the biggest concern from my opponent's deck. But we do have 3 Flusters, so maybe it just ends up being that case. This hand's actually really good because of Sync. If Sync was a Lorien here, for what it's worth, it would also be good, so. That's something I'm always considering. Right now, I have 1 Sync, 1 Lorien. I think 1 Sync is really nice with these Thundertrap trainers to let you hit a non-mock, Lorien requires something to become land, or this is always just a land. So I like the idea of Thundertrap trainers having Sync and Lorien, especially when your mana requirements are much lower, and this is kind of a mono blue deck with a white sideboard splash. I do think I like second Lorien a little bit better when you're an Esper. Something that I'm just considering all the time in terms of my flexible slots. Oko with the green floating. I think that's fine. I don't think an Oko is a problem. I don't like an Oko here because it can attack my mana to a pretty reasonable degree. But yeah, I think it's just fine. I still am going to want to deploy all my mana. Because I can always bounce things, so. I will go Merchant Scrolling here for a PO. They'll hit my Mana Crypt. I guess I have to go for an Ancestral. Obviously, I could not tap, and then I can, have Flusterstorm up, but I'm going to go for Ancestral because I don't want them to hit my Mana Crypt with an Elk right now. So did I need to do this? So I saved myself 1 mana by doing this. But okay, so I probably just should not have played Crypt and Key, and I should have just played Merchant Scroll and gotten a PO. That was a mistake. Okay. Null Rod. Yeah, would be a bad spot to get Null Rodded. I guess I will pitch the Flusterstorm, so if I get countered here, I can still have another land. Okay. Oh, they went for the Key. That's interesting to me. I don't really understand. All right, now I have great regrets on all of my choices here. Not getting a PO. I guess they would have just hit the Mana Crypt if I got a PO. Not keeping my Fluster, I have regrets on. I guess I'm buying Lurrus. No, then I can't beat Fluster. I guess I'm not buying Lurrus. I am casting this in their upkeep, though. Okay, now I'm pretty solid. I could, maybe if I didn't play this Sync, I could have bounced their creature. I don't know if that matters, though. I like this spot, even though I'm not convinced I played in a very correct way. Still don't really want this to happen. I don't think they have a counter spell. I guess this is spell number 4. So if they do have a Flusterstorm, Am I allowed to pitch stock up here, though? Okay, if they have a Flusterstorm, I lose my... Yeah, I think I just can't pitch the stock up. Oh, wait, I have... Yeah, we got... Flusterstorm would work there. Oh, they're just going to make a food token. It's probably acceptable. All right, so I don't think they have anything, really. Lost another flip. Let's stock up. Oh, they did have negation. We played around negation this whole time, so that makes sense. It definitely makes sense because we played around negation this whole time, so. Lurrus doesn't do much besides if they end up blocking this key, I can bring it back. So I'm not really weak to show and tell. I am weak to an oath off the top. That could be an oath. Turned on a food token. I guess they could attack me. I'm at 10. Oh, they are just going to attack me. Kind of like that play from them. I need to draw PO here. I did draw the ability to play Lurrus, which is something. But pitching my stock up. I didn't pitch my stock up. I kept my stock up. I just got countered. I think we're going to lose this game. I think we needed a little bit more action, but I don't know if I played it very well either, so. If they want to elk my Lurrus, I think that's acceptable for me. I don't really have the mana situation. Yeah, I think so. All right. So this does let me kill the Lure. I guess this lets me kill the Oko. I have a mana crypt still killing me. They spun and they found, oh, a new Oko. Wow. They're going to stand up another food token. I mean, what this means is if I top deck any of my powerful cards, I win. PO, I have 4 POs, three stock ups, and 4 POs, 3 stock ups, and 4 trainers, or no, only 2 trainers. This would be a spot where having 4 trainers would be good too. All right, I would have won. PO? Tolarian Academy. Okay, so I die. I think this is just I lost all my mana crypt flips and I didn't draw any action. I think this was a bit of an unlucky loss, to be honest. But I also like went pretty heavy on the counters, so not sure. That was a really brutal one. That game is a little unfortunate. Big floods though. I actually, it was pretty funny. I read someone's post inside of the Discord about PO and how they like have trouble finding either having the PO or finding the PO, and I'm like, this is probably the best PO deck of all time at finding PO. PO used to not even have stock up or trainer. Like, you have so many draw spells in these versions of PO now. It's pretty impressive. I have the Mox Pearl for my Containment Priest is also really sick here. Hopefully, like, my trainer finds me a force. I guess casting trainer here does mean that I would have to cast the priest right away, really. But I think that's acceptable. I want this just to find a force, seal, and PO. Jesus. Okay. I mean, I'm taking PO. So I guess I will just play this thing. If they counter it, then it's one less counter for my PO. I'm not 100% convinced that that was what I was supposed to do that turn. It definitely did accomplish powerful things, though. I'm not casting this PO on my turn. I can tell you that much. I'm not going to let this thing get negated. Hopefully this makes it hard for my opponent, but now they know and they can Oko it, so it's a little weird. It's definitely a little weird. Ancestral, Resolvers. Time Vault. I definitely would rather hit my blue source here. I guess one of the problems, though, is I don't really beat Fluster. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pass, and I'm not even going to PO on upkeep. I'm just going to PO if they play like an Oko and target my Containment Priest. They play like an Oath. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a little perplexed by this situation. It's not one I've been in a little bit. Just I had to really extend hard early. Null Rod. I mean, I guess we PO in response to Null Rod because like I don't want their. Oh, that just resolves. Okay. All right, lots of things are happening and I don't really understand. Maybe they like have heavy negations. It's a good draw. Probably I'm not supposed to play all these Moxen first. I should just probe first and see what my opponent's doing. Okay, all right, let's figure out exactly what's happening here and slow down. So my opponent does have Demonic Stock Up, Oath, Oko, Orchard, Rainforest. Okay. So they knew they couldn't do anything. So they were going to play the highest. Oh, that's a pretty crazy draw. If I hadn't played this Polluted Delta out. I'm so bad, chat. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Okay. Stop. Think. Yes, you're not supposed to play this Delta out because you can draw into an Academy. You're not supposed to play these Moxen out because you want to play first probe and see what's going on. If I had an Academy here, I would have additional 3 mana. I could just kick a trainer. I could PO. Right, I'm just going to cast this trainer and try to find a force. Flusterstorm, Misstep, Stock Up, Sensei's Top. I guess a Flusterstorm isn't terrible. All right. I will just get rid of Time Vault. This means my opponent will go Oko, I assume. Ooh, boy, Justin, what did you do? Okay. I mean, this game I think is still, we're winning this game still. But I don't like exactly how I chose to play the game, obviously. Just felt gross. I mean, this is fine because it's +1 mana, and I'm gonna draw an extra card. Maybe I'm supposed to be deploying I don't know. Urza Saga. Did I leave in chain? I probably did, right? I have a blue source, so that just wins. Okay, yeah, chain is sick. Chain is so good. Chain is so good, by the way. Anyway, any chain believers at this point in life? My lord, what a magic card. All right. Honestly, I think this was a pretty good league. It was only a 3-2, right? But it was a good league. All right, so now all we need to do is get a key and then play Lurrus and return Time Vault. Currently don't have another PO. It's kind of the problem with not having a Snapcaster Mage. 23 cards, 2 blue sources currently. No time walks. So I think my plan is going to be kick a trainers. It goes pretty deep. There's a time walk. And that is going to be good enough. And there's a key. All right. So now I can just time walk. Can buy and play Lurrus. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That was a solid 3-2. It was a solid 3-2. And I think that the Voltaic Key, Grim Monolith, and what was the third magic card? And Trainer were the 3 cards that came in for the black cards, and I did not miss the black cards in any of these matchups, really. I felt like this was totally reasonable. It was definitely another push towards Trainer life, just full 4 Trainer. I definitely wish... I don't know. We didn't really play against any Lurrus matchups either, so those were these are kind of the matchups where we really want to have Demonic and Vampiric, and I didn't feel like we missed them very much. This is an avenue that I would like to pursue further. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this content and all my recent PO content. If you want to see more videos like this one, check out my YouTube channel. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure you're subscribed or following or whatever the thing that's free on YouTube is. I'd love that. See you then.